time to get that pink bow. So Tuscany is the first of the 7 day siblings that I've mentioned a few times earlier in this LP, and they all give you some type boosting item or another. This one is the pink bow, which boosts normal type moves by 10%. Oh yeah, this is definitely the best item ever, because, well, the normal type is completely worthless. Okay, I don't know if you agree with me, but the way Tuscany speaks, I'm imagining her to have some sort of slight British accent. I have absolutely no clue why I'm thinking that, but oh well. So where's that? Oh yeah, it's in the main item pocket. So I'm going to attach it to Quilava in order to strengthen its tackle, an attack that I will likely, rarely, if ever, use from this point on, now that it has Ember. And I'm also going to teach Flash to Bellsprout, because I am going to head to the Dark Cave in this video, hopefully. Speaking of which, I told you before that the Bugcatcher wanted a rematch with me. Well, before I started recording this video, the other trainer, the youngster with the Rattata that he insists is going to be the only one in his entire career, well, he wants a rematch too, and now that I've been the first gym, I expect that their levels have gone up a little bit. Hopefully, of course. But back to that pink bow I just got, well, it and all the other type boosting items like the charcoal, or, well, the charcoal is the one I remember most for some reason. Well, in this generation and the third one, they only boost the power of their specific types by 10%, whereas it was increased to 20% in the 4th generation. Can't only say Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, of course, with Heart Gold and Soul Silver coming out probably as early as this fall in Japan, so that is something to look forward to in the near future. But back to those type boosting items, as well as the Arceus plates, since they do the exact same thing, except for changing Arceus's type. Oh, a Spinnerack! What a worthless piece of garbage. I even made a song about it back in the day. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever and then you can. Spins a web any size, then gets hit and it dies. Oh no! Here lies the Spider-Man. Some of you may remember it from my written rants a few years ago, but it's time for the rematch with youngster Joey. Hopefully he's increased his levels, because I don't know how much longer I can get valuable experience from level 4 Rattatas. And it's once again a level 4 Rattata. What's it gonna take for him to increase its level? Am I gonna have to beat 3 gyms just to get it up to level 9? And that means the levels from that Bugcatcher haven't increased either, so I'm gonna fight Caterpies and Weedles at levels 2 and 3. Well, the good news is my Gastly can attack them, and those cannot attack me back with Tackle. Oh, yeah, that one Weedle has Poison Sting, but yeah, like it's gonna do a lot of damage to a level 12 Gastly. So I am going to let Gastly lick those bugs to death, and now if I can just concentrate for a moment and keep talking about those type boosting items, now that they've been boosted to 20%, they actually have some slight purpose in very specific sets. But that is still only 20% to one type. Now, having 20% to 2 types, such as Palkia's Lustrous Orb, is actually pretty valuable, especially, well, I've mentioned the Lustrous Orb. You may be surprised to know that it's a pretty popular item on Palkia, especially since many sets pack 3 stab moves instead of just 2, and those stab moves have very good typings. Water and Dragon are excellent types to have, so boosting them by 20% without any sort of drawback whatsoever, without being locked into one move or without losing 10% of your HP every time you attack, it is indeed very good to have on your side. Dialga's Adamant Orb, not so much. When's the last time you've seen a Flash Cannon Dialga? Well, For me, it was, well, on the 6th of never. I've never seen a Flash Cannon Dialga, aside from my in-game one, but that's only because in-game anything goes. I would never use Flash Cannon Dialga competitively. Okay, so of course they're level 2 and 3, so I'm going to try and kill them with Gastly. A 2-hit KO? Are you kidding me? And yes, I'm aware this is the second time I've said that today, but the first time I was happy, now not so much. I cannot kill a level 2 Caterpie in one hit, and they've got among the most worthless set of stats in the entire game. It's a 2-hit KO on a level 2 Caterpie, I can't believe it! But I guess I ought to be thankful that this rematch occurred, because right now, while things are still very low level, now is the time to get a feel for what my Gastly can and cannot kill. It can kill level 2 Caterpies and level 3 Weedles in 2 hits, but when it comes to anything even a bit more dangerous, like the level 2 Geodudes in the Dark Cave, Geodudes have got titanic defenses, and they can raise it further with Defense Curl. Well, the good news is that they cannot attack me with Tackle, but if it takes 10 licks to take them down, then what gives? But that immunity to normal is indeed very sexy, and I'm going to hoard the hell out of it while I still can, because once those Geodudes start getting things like Rock Throw and Mareefs, I don't think there are any wild Mareefs in Crystal, so forget about that, but wild things only have stuff like Tackle and Scratch. Now is the time to use that opportunity to level up Gastly, even if a little bit, because I'm really gonna need it for the second fight against Silver, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the next really big fight to watch out for. So now I'm going to enter the Dark Cave with Gastly's still my lead, so now I am going to grab that potion and get out of here. Okay, now there's a random battle, which is going to be a Geodude. I think they can only be level 2. No, there's a level 3 Geodude. So let's see how many hits I need to take it down. Here's the first one. Oh, and it's a critical hit. That's nice. And paralyzes too. What are the odds of that? And it's fully paralyzed on top of that. I just had a perfect turn, and I wasted it on a level 3 Geodude. But now that I've seen that that was a critical, level 3 Geodudes are 3-hit KO targets with Lick. But what are you expecting? It's Lick. It's definitely a much less dangerous attack than the likes of even Tackle, because seriously, have you ever been killed by a dog who licked you for too long? And I guess another good question is why Lick is a ghost move to begin with. It doesn't fit in the same type as like Shadow Punch and Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball and everything like that. And here's a Bellsprout. Thankfully I switched back to Quilava as my lead. But yeah, why is Lick Ghost? I just don't get it. And I think I did mention it before, but Licky Tongue didn't get Lick until it was either yellow or gold silver, I don't remember, but Licky Tongue didn't even have Lick in red and blue at least. And another thing that's funny when it comes to attack types is that Dark, actually, no, I'm going to head back to the Pokemon Center to heal, but yeah, Dark runs off the special attack stat, whereas the 3 big Dark attacks in this generation were Bite, Crunch, and Feint Attack. All 3 are physical now. So what were they thinking making Dark run off the special stat? They should have switched Ghost and Dark around. I just don't understand, and I think no one understands it either. I've talked to a few people about this and no one seems to understand. Oh well, now I'm going to put an end to this double program here, and I'll see you next time as I make my way to the Union Cave. Or will I?